And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're taking a look at black sheep and white sheep, although the game also comes with pink sheeps and orange sheeps, or yellow sheeps. This is an abstract strategy game, has nothing to do with sheep. It's about sheep crossing a bridge, trying to get to the other side. Let's see. Here's the board. You can see that it's modular, and the reason it's modular is because if you play with less than 4 players, you can squish it together for 2. If you play with 4 players, you put a rock here to block one of the sides off. Each player starts with 5 sheep. At the beginning of the game, you kind of toss these to see which side they're going to start with, brown or green. The game actually calls it herbage or slurry. And on your turn, you can move one of your sheep forward. Now, you can move them to the next spot on a plank on the bridge. If they're on a plank on the bridge, they can move to one of these 3 open spots. If they're in one of these 3 open spots, they can move to a plank. Now, when you move, if there's someone there that's the same type as you, you skip them. So this guy here would move all the way up to here. If they're a different type, you stack. If there's sheep stacked on top of you, you move there. So you can see that as time goes by, there's going to be other color sheep stacked on top of you. So you're going to be all moving around. You can also add planks here that when you land on it, you're stuck until someone else lands on top of you, or planks that have a certain weight limit of how many sheep can be there, and you can throw these in to kind of give basically some, a different feel to the game. The game is going to end when one player has got all their sheep to the other sides. Now, the person who gets the sheep to the other sides is going to basically win, in a sense they're going to get the most points. However, they're going to lose 1 point for each sheep that ended up at the wrong destination. Now, that can happen because someone else might move the sheep there or what have you. So in this case, this person would get 3 points, but then they would lose a point for each sheep that landed there. Whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. Now, first of all, even though I think the game is very simple, the rules were very confusing. I went online and found an updated English version of the rules, which were also confusing, but less so. Which seems like it shouldn't be that way, because this game is not that complex, really. So, let's take a look at the game. The game has a cute look to it, right? The sheep, the different sides of the sheep, it has some interesting ideas to it. I don't like it, though, because it's really close to a game that I hate, and that game is Chinese chess. In Chinese chess, the reason I do not like Chinese chess is the fact that if you've ever played it, you're trying to move marbles across, or whatever the pieces are, to the other side, and you're jumping, and there's cool things that you're doing, and then in the middle of the game it gets all clogged up, and you do a few things, and then there's some really cool jumping again, and then it gets to the end, it's kind of like who can just be the maximum efficient at getting their pieces in. Now, this game has that exact same feel. It is a much faster game. I said the most points win, but you can just take the points. There's point tokens, and you can add them together and play multiple rounds if you want to. I would not. I would be entirely too bored. But it's a shorter game, so I'll give that. But it has that same feeling. It's like, okay, I'll move here, and then you're going to move there, and you'll move there, and then I'll jump here. And in a 4-player game, there's really no point to making any kind of, I go there, but I have no idea what these 3 players are going to do. In a 2-player game, it's just this tug of war, which I'm guessing is easily solvable, because there's only so many moves that you can possibly make as you go back and forth. But there's no kind of hook to this game. There's no kind of wow moments in it. It's, okay, I can move that far, I can go on top of those, I move this far, then you take those sheep and move it back this far, and then I go here. I wanted to like the game, but in the end it just was a little boring. No exciting moves, no sliding your rook across the board, no way to really plan ahead. I mean, you can plan ahead, but you don't really know what your opponent's going to do, and what they do will drastically change the options that you have on the next turn. And in a 3 or 4-player game, that's exasperated even more. So I'm not really a big fan of this. I thought, not because it's abstract, the idea of it's pretty cool, but it just doesn't work out that well in real life. It doesn't have that, woo, that was interesting, let's play again. Instead, I was like, let's not play that again. Dice Tower Judgment, boring and confusing.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com. Shut the door.